Hello, thank you for tuning in to Anna Olsen, Insights into Consciousness here on A1R Radio. We're on Facebook at A1R Radio, also on askoneradio.com, ask1radio.com. I'm here today with Galit Lazar, and we are going to talk to Galit today about what she does for people in the way of healing and basically just many things that she does to heal people. It's been a really interesting process for me to get to know Galit. She's from Canada. And what part of Canada are you from?
Montreal, Quebec.
All right. So we have somebody from Montreal here, and I really love doing interviews with people from all over the world. And we're going to have people here on the show from New Zealand and now Canada. So first things first. Can you tell everybody a little bit about what you do and how you heal people?
Yeah. So what I do is I help people get into their inner invisible bank. And the way that it is that I help them clean all their energetic debris, as we say, so they can actually manifest with more ease their desires, their dreams, including their money in the bank. So that's what I do.
Okay, so when did you first realize that you had a gift of intuition? Because you're a life teacher and you're also a medium, which I find very interesting. It's a nice mix. And so I'm wondering, when did you first realize that you had a gift and that you could use it for serving others?
I always had this gift. However, what happens is that I really realized I was aware of it, not as a child, but after age 35. So about probably 9 years ago.
I can relate to that.
I was really aware of it.
That it really becomes a reality and you really understand that it's something that you have that other people maybe don't.
Yeah, and the way that it manifested itself is that before my dad passed away, I had a dream and I saw him that he's going to pass away. And I knew even exactly at the exact hour it's going to happen. I didn't know exactly how or what he has, but I just saw it. It was extremely scary. And at some point, I remember not long after, I met a medium. And I didn't associate it that I am able to see. Really, I had some ideas before. I remember I read some things because there was a period of time where I entered a depression and anxiety period. And I read somewhere that it means that you are becoming a medium sometimes. But it's the medium who told me that I am one. So, and then I realized really, and that was after the dream. It was long after the dream. So that's how I realized that I am. And then I started kind of going into clubs with people, taking some courses and so forth, and learned a little bit about how it works and all that. And I started giving readings as well. So that's how the whole thing started. And it's always developing really well.
Yeah. But to tell people that if somebody gives you feedback that you're a little different than most, it's good to listen to them because usually we don't know that we're much different than anyone else because we've never been anybody else. So how would we know if we're different? I just figured that other people just didn't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it was very weird for me in the beginning. It was extremely weird. And I had some weird dreams also, weird intuitions, like I could tell people's past lives. And most of all, since I was a child, I was always very sensitive to people's feelings. It's like I have this gift of feeling other people's feelings and pains or excitement or whatever. I feel the feelings very strongly.
So you're also an empath. So usually, I know I use the term, and many people use the term empath for when we pick up on other people's feelings, or it can be a little hard to shut out other people's vibes, feelings, state of mind, their vibration, their frequency. And I'm kind of wondering, so you had the fear of this whole situation when you were younger, because I was going to ask you what challenges you faced from this gift of intuition. And you said basically at first it was fear.
It was a little bit of fear because I didn't know how it's going to manifest itself exactly. Am I going to have like really, really very bad dreams or whatever? And at the end, it's I just have a routine that I use in order to not feel, and I do some cleanings and clearings and meditations and all kinds of things to keep the calm. But the other challenge also is there was a time when I was giving a lot of readings online and I was very excited, and then I started having headaches. So that's another. And very extreme tiredness. So that was another challenge I had, which I learned that I can only take a few people at a time, not too many, because the online is very different.
Yes, and not too many in a week. I know we can get pretty zapped, and there's only so much the recharging and the shielding can do. But yeah, I mean, that would be another issue with really trying to deal with picking up on other people's energies and doing this work. So I wanted to kind of go into what you specialize in and what brought you to that specific modality, because I know you have like a system or a mode that you use, that you designed, or that you really kind of came up with.
Yes. So there's a system that I have come up with, and this is something that comes from my intuition, and I call it the money block archetypes pyramid. Is what happens is that people have those energetic patterns that they repeat over and over and over again. Now, that's not the only specialty. I am very good at getting people out of their fear and out of the comfort zone in a very big, huge way. I'm also very good at taking the limiting beliefs of people and making them identify, and I go very deep into the subconscious. I'm not just like everybody else. Many people, even recently, I was looking at some programs and stuff, and what happens is that some people go all around the things and they're telling people the same things, the same thing. Now, I am not a light worker. I am a dark worker. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a witch. That doesn't mean I'm evil. What it means is I am bringing the unknown into the world. So I'm bringing new information into the world that people don't know anything about. So that is my pyramid right here. And I hope everybody can see it really well.
I can see it really well.
You can see it? Okay, so here's what happens. This is the Lao energy archetypes. And many people are here in the Lao energy archetypes. Now, I divided this into two parts. I divided it into the saboteur, which you self-sabotage yourself, and the prostitute, the one that has no value for herself. So that's what happens many times in money. That's not the only one. Those are inspired by Caroline Myss, okay? These things are inspired by Caroline Myss, but I have taken it further. I have taken it much further. And I came up with my own sub-archetypes that are underneath this.
Okay.
So I just wanted you to know. And there's another lady, Lorna Johnson, who also has developed some archetypes, but they're not the same ones. Okay. So what happens is you have this Lao archetypes over here. And they go when they are low. When you see them down, it means that they're very low. When they go up, they start to get better in the energy a little bit. Okay. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the prostitute ones because I think those are the most important for this audience.
Okay.
And afterwards, you have also the light archetypes. In the light archetypes, what happens in the light archetypes is everything goes pretty easy. And then you have a higher level, which I call your genius. So this is a very high level of manifestation. And your best creativity comes here and in the part of your genius. Okay. So in the light archetypes, they're very successful people. Okay. Now it doesn't mean that in the lower energy you can be successful. You can, right. Except that there's more struggle, especially in the prostitute. So today I'm going to talk to you about the settler. Okay. Now the settler, what happens about the settler is that the settler tends to settle for things. They settle for situations in their lives that are not beneficial for you. When I talk to you, I'm meaning all of the audience. Okay, not Anna. All right. So what happens with the settler is that, for example, you will settle in a marriage that may not be the best for you. Okay. Now the other thing is you may also be settling for friends that are not good for you. You may settle in business. You may settle for clients that drain your energy. You may settle for people that are not your soulmate clients. So now the caregiver, because I'm going to go very quickly about them. But if you want more information, you can go there is a group program coming up. And in the group program, I'm going to give you all this description in much more detail than this one.
That sounds good. And then people can kind of see your archetype and everything there, right? The modality?
Yes.
Okay.
So just quickly, the caregiver is the person who always puts everybody first, who takes care of everybody else. But the problem with the caregiver is you put your dreams on the side. So every time there's a sibling who is sick, every time there's someone who has a problem, and you never really get to take the actions towards your dreams and towards the income that you desire. So that's the caregiver. So in the program, I'm going to go into all of these archetypes, and not just the archetypes, but we're going to look also specifically at your fears, at your limiting beliefs. And my mission in this world is to help women, help life coaches and healers and psychics and executives to be more powerful, to heal the lack of self-worth and the lack of self-confidence that you have in yourself. Because I know that what happens is with spiritual people, you are afraid to charge your worth because you think it's wrong, that you think it's evil, and it isn't. You have the right to be worthy. You have the right to earn more money. And many times you think it's evil and it's not right.
Right. Then you intend to attract people and clients who also value you. Because otherwise you may be attracting some parasites or some people with personality disorders or people who just know how to take and not to give at all. And that's not a healthy exchange.
Exactly. So my mission is to end the suffering of people not earning their worth. That's my mission with this program, and to increase the confidence so you can live a more powerful life and contribute to the world in a much bigger way. So in the program, I'm going to look at all those fears and limiting beliefs and self-sabotage and teach you solutions that you can grow your income with more ease, that you can tap into that inner castle of gold of yours. And I'm going to teach you the solutions on how to bring it into the world. And this group program, it has a wonderful community, and it's going to be a fun experience. Not just, you're also going to learn, you're also going to connect with other people, you're going to make new connections, you're going to learn new solutions. And it's, when you get out of it, your life is going to be much easier. And I wanted to give you some examples. Just on my live streams, I change people's lives. Like, for example, there was a lady who came to me recently, and she got a reading for me. And in the reading, she had some problems with her niece, and that had trouble with some trial. And now, not long after, she came back to me and she said, you know what? She's getting better now. She feels much better. Then there was a lady who had a block. She was too scared to take action because she has everything she needs, but she doesn't really know it. So I told her, well, I told her that she's a perfectionist, and all she has to do is to take action. And now she's taking action. I also took someone from $0 to $2,000 in 4 weeks. There was another person who had plenty of people, and you can go to bloomingconfidence.com, and you can see plenty of testimonials of people that I have changed in a very, very short time, just because they worked with me. There was a lady
basically clearing some energies and energy blocks. Is that basically like what you're describing right now is these blocks that will affect people for their entire lives? And if they don't get it unblocked, or they don't stop that block in their energy field, then it will affect them for years and years. And all they really need to do is just a little bit of work to clear out that energy block. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, exactly. And in my program, what I do is, what is very special and unique is I give you information that has not been shared before. And I customize it to each person. I don't give you this cookie cutter system, whatever that everybody else gives. I am very unique, and I'm looking for people who are high achievers, who are ambitious, who are ready to go, action takers, because I'm going to take you out of your comfort zone in a very big way. You're going to have to really talk about things you are ashamed of. And that's what's going to heal you, because that's the things I've done for myself. I have spoken about things recently that are going to really probably nobody has the courage to talk about. Mm-hmm. But I'm committed to the soul, to my soul truth. And that's what I teach people. That's my approach. I teach you to speak your truth.
Right, because it sounds like what people do is they go through trauma, or they have things that they've dealt with, and to them, the only way they know how to deal with it is to stuff it. And that's where we kind of shove it into the subconscious mind, and we think it goes away, but does it really go away? It's just ignored, correct? It's like a child that you're just ignoring. And the child needs to develop, and the child needs to learn to read, and that child needs to go play outside and have friends, and you're neglecting that issue. You're neglecting that inner child, that part of you that needs the attention and needs that nurturing. And, every parent has their issues, and there is no 100% perfect parent. There are some better than others, but, we each have things that have either happened in our past or even near future, in near past or recently, that have affected us in a way that we really need to talk about it. And so basically what I hear you saying is bringing it to the forefront and processing it and moving that energy up and out. It can improve people's health, because we actually store emotions, traumas in the body. And we also will behave in a way that will align with a belief system. If there's something in the nervous system, if there's something in the body that's happening because of these beliefs, or the shame is like the lowest frequency. It's even below anger and everything. It's like the lowest. It's shame. And that's where it gets tricky, because it's so hard to visit that. And that's, I think, why people get so stuck in the shame, is because it's the hardest to face and it's the most painful to face. But once we get somebody to lean on, we tell somebody about it, we just share it, we visit it, even if we write about it starting out, it's something that can really bring about some incredible results. Just sharing it with somebody and them going, yeah, and knowing that they didn't, flinch, or they didn't think any less of you. They're human too. Just knowing that we have support from other people, and to teach people how to go ahead and look at these things and process it and talk about it, and, let people know that this happened, or that's part of their reality. Because that's bringing to the forefront. It's being true to who you are too. It's taking off a mask and allowing people to see who we really are. And that's
exactly
way out of the comfort zone. Sharing our shame takes us so far out of the comfort zone that, psychology studies show, and everything else shows, when you come out of that comfort zone, you grow the most.
And that's something all the time, is something that I do. And it is amazing when you detach yourself from what other people think, and you just share your shame. You share your shame in a safe place. It is amazing how more confident and how quickly you release it. And I've been there. Shame and fear was one of the most lowest energy that always stopped me. And I won't tell you I'm perfect, because I'm not. I still have a lot of fear to release. Okay. But, what I can tell you is that it is absolutely amazing. So I want to invite you to join me in the group coaching, because it's going to be amazing. And the transformation that I can create for you is absolutely phenomenal. And it's also very quick as well, because I've done it with so many people. There was a lady, in 1 hour and a half, I changed her life. She had no clarity. And in 1 hour and a half, she knew exactly what she wanted to do in her life. So these are some of the things. And you can find me, if you want to connect with me and ask me more questions, you can find me at galit.pharaon@gmail.com. You can email me there. Please don't spam. Number 2, you can also find me on Unleash Your Inner Bank group. You can join that group, a Facebook group on Facebook. And you can find me on my profile as well, under Galit Lazar. And I do a lot of my videos there on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And again, you can find me on www.bloomingconfidence.com. And I will put for the one-on-one session with me, in order to learn more about the program. And also I'm going to give you full coaching. You can go to bit.ly Inner Castle of Gold, and we're going to leave you the link there. Okay. So it's going to be 3 months long. And it's going to be twice a week. And you're also going to have a surprise lives as well. And every time my intuition comes with something new all the time. So you're always going to get new information, very transformational information. Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing. And we're really glad to have you on the show today. Thank you so much, Galit. And we're also going to post your information underneath this video on Facebook. So look for that below. And again, I wanted to thank you so much for being on the show, and you have a wonderful day. I'm Anna Olsen, Insights into Consciousness. You can find this podcast on Google Play, iTunes, ask1radio.com. That's ask1radio.com, and A1R on Facebook. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.